Hey everybody, welcome back to another Diecast review. This is kind of a throwback, or a week late, but this is Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s Iowa race win from 2013. This was I believe it was supposed to be on June 8th, but it ended up being on June 9th. I have to look at the schedule card to find out. But I was at that race. This was a race where it rained out Saturday night. Sunday morning, it was supposed to start again at 10 a.m. I looked at the forecast. It was supposed to rain for 2 or 3 hours. The radar just showed a Newton getting covered in rain. And because I live a few hours from the track, we decided we'd wait and go a little bit later so we wouldn't have to get there and then sit in the rain for 2 hours. Well, it turns out it didn't rain, so we missed about the first half of the race. And right when we got there, it started raining, and there was like a little break in between. So that was a little interesting because Austin Dillon, he dominated the race, or Ty Dillon, I can't remember. I think it was Austin at the time. Austin Dillon, yep. But Austin Dillon was dominating the race. He led a ton of the laps, and there was a long green flag run to the end. Because there wasn't stage racing, the big thing about stage racing I don't like, in case you didn't know, off topic, but stage racing's great. It breaks up the action, puts a little thing in there. Not bad. I like the points and everything. But I don't like how they throw the cautions because we have yet to have a long set of green flag runs. And those are important in races like this because we didn't even know his car was that good because there kept being yellows every 20, or not 20, but every 40 or 50 laps. Well, this was like a 130 lap run to the end or something, or a very long run. And this long run to the end, all of a sudden, Trevor Bayne had a fast car. And he chased him all the way down and passed him and won the race. And we wouldn't have known that because, the stages only would have maxed out at like 80 laps. So, the long run car is no longer important, and I don't like that. I think that long run car is an important thing. And again, that's one of my beefs with stage racing. I also like it for other things. I think it does a good job at creating some action and stuff. So, again, not totally against it, but that is one of the proponents against it is that for me. Nationwide race win box. All right, let me get back to the actual stuff. There's a picture of him in victory lane next to the trophy. There's a picture of him in victory lane again next to the trophy. This was the DuPont Pioneer 250. I stood down in victory lane for this race. I was down in case you didn't know, at Iowa on the fan walk, you can actually get into a bleacher set to the left or to the right of victory lane, and you can actually be right there in victory lane cheering as they get out of the car and everything. And I believe it's the Pizza Ranch Victory Lane is what sponsors it. But anyway, they gave him a Pizza Ranch pizza, for whatever. He took one bite of it for a picture, and then nobody else wanted it. So some guy came up to me and asked if I wanted the rest of the pizza, and yeah, I'm not going to turn down a free pizza. So yeah, I had some Pizza Ranch pizza from Victory Lane, which was kind of funny. But there's a confetti, which none of it landed on the car anyway, so I'm really not sure why it was there. I don't know if they just didn't have photos of it or what. I don't know if I've got photos. I don't remember if I was able to take pictures from Victory Lane that day. But I also caught a hat while I was down there, so that was kind of cool. But Trevor Bayne, that was his second career win in the Xfinity Series, or Nationwide Series at the time, and claims his first win at the Iowa Speedway. And he won by 2 seconds after he got ahead of Dillon, so... On to the diecast, as I've been rambling for 3 minutes. This was one of the cool races, though, because it was rain out. On the way back out of Victory Lane and back to the parking lot, there was a bunch of banners on the fence, or was a bunch of banners on the fence. And we helped ourselves to that. I got a nice Great Clips Racing banner. So, kind of some fun stories from the Iowa Speedway. But here on the left side, we've got a little bit of race detail on here. It is a gold series, so we have the plastic window net. And then we got some more race damage down the rest of the left side here. Not a fan of these. I might do a chassis swap and then move some rims and tires around, just because I hate the way it sits. But that'll be decided at a later date. So we got the ethanol ring there. On the back, we've got the DIN number 381 Ford EcoBoost. There's our Mustang rear end with camera and everything. So here to the right side, we've got the EcoBoost. One little donut mark there. Down the rest of the right side. And then more details there on the tire. So again, the biggest thing about it, I hate the way it sits. Look at that big gap between the tire and the chassis. We got Nationwide Salutes banner on there. Oh, goodness gracious. There goes my camera. Goodness gracious, my tripod just absolutely fell apart. Okay. Well, I'm not even going to delete that out because I think that's funny. That's a blooper right there. Wow, that was terrible. All right, now that we got that back all put together, let's get back to what we were looking at, which was under the hood, which there's not much to see. Maybe I should just tip the phone over and let you look at the lamps. No, I'm just kidding. I was thinking about it, though. So there's our under the hood. Not a lot of detail there. And then the banner and the red or the orange number on the roof. But yeah, no, I had to get this one. The race win version isn't all that good looking or anything. The race was pretty good, but the biggest reason I had to get it was because I was at the race and I had, kind of some good memories. Me and a buddy were down in Victory Lane for that. Caught the hat, and then also the rain out, so we got the free banner. I don't know if we were supposed to take the banners off the fence. There were about 90% of them were gone by the time everybody left. So, so just some fun stories from the Iowa Speedway there. But I remember being down in Victory Lane, and I think he was taking Victory Lane pictures, and some lady was just screaming her head off. She wanted to get her hat signed or something, and she was just obnoxious. Climbed up on top of the bleachers, of the press bleachers, not the people or the fan bleacher, but the press bleachers. She climbed up on top of that, and then was just screaming her head off. And so, yeah, those are the type of fans that don't deserve getting autographs because they shouldn't be rewarded for acting like total animals at the track like that. But either way, it was a ton of fun. Iowa Speedway, by the way, for any of you guys who have not gone to the Iowa Speedway before, $20 ticket for the front row, and you can still see everything. But I watch the first couple laps from my seat, but then I go up and I stand there's a fence along on either side of the grandstand. And I love to just stand at the fence and watch. And I know if Iowa Speedway, what they really need to do with that fence is put a railing on there that you can set your drink and stuff on, because I know people would love to have that. It's the standing room only type thing. Standing room only. The thing is weird. Iowa people and people in this state love to stand and watch sporting events. They don't want to sit. And that's true because it's the same thing with the high school I used to go to was the same with football. The people used to, there'd be the bleachers and there'd be a fence in front of the bleachers, or to the side of the bleachers, I should say. And people used to love to stand at the fence or stand around in the end zone, but they didn't want to sit down. They wanted to be able to just stand up and watch the game by standing. So if Iowa Speedway is listening, take notes. That's something that would be great. Have a standing railing there for fans to put drinks or bags or stuff on, because it's really nice. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough. This has been Race Craze. Leave a like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you're subscribed. Diecast giveaway is on July 7th, so make sure you are subscribed by then. All subscribers will be entered in, and it'll be randomized from there as to who will win the diecast. But without further ado, and without delaying any more of your day, this has been Race Craze, and we'll see you in the next video.